Hello, Internet. It's me. I'm gonna make this really quick because Matt he sent us another video, so we're gonna post it now. It's kind of long, so I'm just gonna play it right now. So,
On my desk on this lovely Thursday evening and was watching Sam's newest video on After Campfire. Something inspired me to make a second response. Yes, it is me. It is me, Matt Leichman. I'm gonna think of a really cool rhyme, but I couldn't. So, I'm back. I wasn't asked this time, or challenged, or whatever. I'm just back because I feel like being back. So, anyway, Sam's last video, for those who didn't see, featured Gwen. Hello, Gwen. I have yet to meet you. But fun fact, Gwen is also my mom's name. And so the question at hand that Sam had to answer was describe Sam and Henry in 3 words. And as a third party who knows them both pretty well, I feel like I can do it and share a couple stories, maybe. Sorry, my nose was itching. And then at the end, I will show you a perfect example of great musical lyrical writing that people did. But I'll come more to that at the end. So anyway, first off, I'll start off with I'll do Henry first. So this is completely off the top of my head. 3 words that come to my mind when I think of Henry, or to describe Henry. I think flag. I think hmm. I think gaming. And I was gonna say I think pinky, but I mean that would be kind of mean. I'm not a horrible person, Sam. And by the way, I do have finals. I'll have you know. Uh, I guess I'll go with. Hmm. Well, as I think of it, I'll say why I think of the words. Obviously, gaming. Sam's a huge gamer. We do talk about gaming quite a bit. I mean, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I have my Wii U over in my living room, and I guess that's pretty cool. And I mean, I just got Smash. I got both new Pokemon games. So if Henry's a nerd, then I'm probably one too. So anyway, Flag. A lot of people are not realizing why Flag is one, but I knew Henry because of Sam, but I didn't really start knowing him until Flagpole, this thing at camp. And we started this thing called Flagstaff, where traditionally you'd have just two people raise and lower the flag, nothing special. Henry and I made it special. I mean, to the point where it was kind of a running joke and was even featured in the newsletter, that Flagstaff, with Henry Greenhut and Matt Leichman. Always one of my highlights of every morning and evening. He taught me how to fold a flag, raise and lower it, and now we teach other people how to. I know that's like the lamest thing in the world, but it's cool to us. So that's really how I got to meet Henry. And the third word is kind of hard to describe. Like I said before, I don't want to go with pinky because that's kind of obvious. I'm gonna go with um, strong. Henry is a strong man. Obviously, he does all the circus stuff, which means like you don't when you speak to Henry and circus doesn't come up, you wouldn't expect this guy can do the things he does. Actually, I'm gonna change my word to like freaky, also because he's missing a pinky. So I high for him. Go like that every time I see him. But yeah, that's probably um, the third word, I guess. I'll change it from strong to freaky. He is a freaky human, but he's a great one. And Sam. What can I say about Sam? Oh, I have 3 words. Nearly broken nose. For those of you who don't know, similar to how I met Henry, I met Sam at camp, obviously. And the way I met was my first year at camp, I was 10, 9 or 10. One of those ages, really tiny. Like, about as tall as I am sitting down now. And we were playing Gaga. And Sam at the time was a CIT, so he didn't have, like, rules that he had to strictly follow about injuring children. And I was out. And for those of you who don't know, Gaga is a form of Jewish dodgeball that Sam and I partake in, and Henry did for a while when I played against him. Anyway, they're really good at the game. I've won a game or two in my times. And so I was outside the pit. So let's say the pit is like this big or this big. I was about here, which obviously seeing it in a video that's not 3D doesn't make sense. Anyway, I was pretty far away from the pit, and Sam goes to hit it, and he hits it, and he hits it out, and straight into my face. You know the joke, I was wondering why the ball was getting bigger, and then it hit me? Oh, it hit me. Right square in the nose. And that hurt a little. That actually kind of hurt a lot. My nose started bleeding. You know, Sam is not exactly a weak human being when he hits this. He is crazy. And I was 10. So my nose starts bleeding ridiculously. So there's a blood story for Gwen. Yay. And Sam, being the semi-reasonable person he is, runs over and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I go, "No, my nose is bleeding. What do you think?" Back then, I was always a little smartass. Still am. But, so anyway, I had to go to the infirmary, and that's when Sam and I started talking. That was a long time ago. 5 or 6 years ago. That was crazy. And, yeah, since then, my nose has somewhat recovered. Kind of has a little bump on it still. Had a scar for a little while. That's how I met Sam, everyone. Because he almost broke my nose. So that's why nearly broken nose is my 3 words to describe Sam. Sam. I guess. So, as I promised earlier, because I'm so nice, I was going to show a wonderful piece of lyrical writing. Now, for those of you who don't know, one thing Sam loves are songs that are really catchy or dramatic readings and stuff. And so I have found the perfect song for this that I will read the lyrics to out loud. Now, for those of you who don't know, 2 of my biggest interests are professional wrestling and music. I still don't know why I watch wrestling. Probably never will. Music's always been something interesting to the fact where I have 3 posters hanging on my on my wall up there. You can't see it, and I'm too lazy to move my computer, but it's a wrestling poster, a superpowers poster, because I'm also pretty big into comic books and superheroes and all that stuff, because I'm a nerd, and the other one's a musical notation poster. So I'm pretty big into that type of stuff. And I was doing a little research for a radio show that I do. And one of the segments we were thinking of doing is picking the worst song possible. And I found this one. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is for a wrestler named Sting, who is most famous for his work in WCW. And probably the most famous wrestler never to wrestle a match for WWE. Currently does work for them. But long story short, this is a song that was written for him in the mid-90s called A Man Called Sting. And I will read the lyrics out to you. Now this, my friends, is a fantastic experiment of lyrical writing. It's so ingenious and encompasses all you want in a song. So I will read the lyrics out to you right now. Wow. Ow. The man called Sting. The man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. The man called Sting. He does this, he does that. He's big as a bull and quick as a cat. He looks fine. He looks cool. He's own man. Yes, he's own man. And he's nobody's fool. Don't you double cross him or get in his way. 'Cause if you do, you're gonna have to pay to the man called Sting. The man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. Man called Sting. He's not like anybody else. If his friends ever need him, he's there to help. All the kids, they go wild, and all old people start to act like a child. Don't double cross him or get in his way, 'cause if you do, you're gonna have to pay to the man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. The man called Sting. He's a 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 man called Sting. Hey, guitar solo riff. All over the world, he's such a smash. You know it's over when he does the stinger splash. He loves his honey. He loves The Rock, not Dwayne Johnson, a different wrestler who has turned out to be Ultimate Warrior. But no one loves the Scorpion. No one important loves the Scorpion Deathlock. Don't you dare cross him or get in his way. 'Cause if you do, you're gonna have to pay to the man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. Everybody wonders what he's gonna do. A 2-title reign, and he says he ain't through. The little Stingers believe in him. That's all he needs to win the title again. Don't you dare cross him or get in his way. 'Cause if you do, you're gonna have to pay to the man called Sting. The man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. Man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. He's a man called Sting. Hey, woo, hey. Music fades. He is a man called Sting. So I hope you enjoyed my little song for today. Maybe every time I'll appear, I'll have a different horrible song and that I will read the lyrics to. Which brings me to my question. What is your guilty pleasure song? The song that you know you shouldn't like, but you do. And why is that, Sam and Henry? Or it could be something like, what's your guilty pleasure in general? Actually, that's a better one. What's your guilty pleasure in general? What's something you really shouldn't like, but you do anyway? You know, everyone else hates it. I'm sure there's going to be some interesting answers for this. So, I hope you enjoyed, everyone. I'm back, and maybe you'll see me in a couple days. Bye.
So, that was more about Sting than I ever expected to hear about in sort of song. Anyways, since this video is already long enough, I'll answer Matt's question in a later video. So, goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed Matt's video.